65% of people are looking to move jobs. You don't see that unless the labor market and the economy are very, very healthy.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Tyler, and good afternoon to you. Yeah, it's an interesting data point. That compares to 36% when we asked the same question in May. I think what we're seeing there is it's a hot talent market for critical skills, digital, cyber, front office roles. We're also seeing flexibility play a role in this. Some people don't want to go back to the office for more than 2 to 3 days a week. And so in certain roles, as you've seen, certain companies offer more flexibility. That becomes a competitive weapon in the war for talent.
So why do you think the number spiked so much, where it was 36% in May, and in your August survey, it was all the way up to 57 or whatever it was? No, 65, excuse me.
Yeah, I think it really links with the return to office plan. As we see, executives want people to come back to the office more quickly than employees. Most companies will offer some form of hybrid, meaning people will be in the office this fall. Some employees are not comfortable with that. Some employers have pushed their dates back to the start of January. So people are looking to have more agency around their schedule, around kind of where they work. Some people have relocated. And also, there's a big demand for talent. And as we've seen, salaries are on the rise at the low level, at the high end, and people are jumping for significant raises in base compensation, as well as other benefits.
I see that 1/5, or roughly 1/5 of all employees would like to be fully remote today, even if COVID-19 were no longer a concern. That seems small to me, but the other part of it seems about right. Half, or a majority, prefer a hybrid model. I think what employees want is they want to be able to go to the office when they damn well please, and then stay home when they want to do that.
I think it's interesting, Tyler. That's what flexibility should have been pre-pandemic. When we've worked with companies around a flexible workplace, it's how do you manage by outcomes? How do you kind of treat people like good adults and kind of manage to what they need to achieve, as opposed to the 9 to 5 or the 9 to 9? So I think companies are realizing that they've got to personalize their work plans around their people where appropriate. We've also got to remember that critical roles and essential workers will continue to be on site. But yeah, people want the freedom and choice, and leadership and organizations have to adapt accordingly. Inclusive leadership is so important in this hybrid world.
Bhushan, a question: if the labor market is tight and we're seeing a lot of employee turnover, I would imagine companies need to get the most out of their current workforce. But PwC yourselves are offering a $250 incentive to employees who take 40 hours off, or the equivalent of a full work week. Why?
Yeah, it's a great question. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So people need to take time for rest and recovery. We're offering $250 for every week of vacation people take, up to a maximum of 4 weeks this year. That's one lever. Firms are pulling many other levers where they're saying, how do we give people back the currency of time? How do we simplify their work? How do we automate work that can be automated? How do we eliminate non-essential travel, non-essential work? So organizations have a myriad of different levers they can pull there.
It's just strange to me that when employees have the most leverage ever and have vacation time to use, it seems like if they needed to take it, they would, right?
Yeah, but it's a struggle now. A number of people, we've been at this for 15 months, a number of people are burnt out. People haven't taken vacations. We look across the pond to Europe, people are taking longer vacations, even pre-pandemic. So there's a significant issue with people managing lots of anxiety, whether it's anxiety about geopolitics, school reopenings, and that's a big challenge for caregivers and lots of employees.
Absolutely. COVID itself, obviously, and all these changes, it does make sense, but it's still so interesting to see firsthand how everybody's trying to deal with it. Bhushan, thank you for joining us today.